Hello, my loves. Y'all, I saw Tinashe this week. It was so good. I'll talk a little bit more about it at the end, but I was just so happy to see her. She was amazing, and it just made me want to go back and rank Baby Angel. I feel like this album came out like long ago, even though it wasn't that long ago. I don't know why. I just feel like it's been a while, but I didn't like revisit this album a lot just because I feel like since it came out, a lot of other albums came out. So it was good going back to this one, even though it's a short project. I consider it more of an EP, but whatever. I mean, it's only 7 songs, so I don't know. I feel like it's weird calling it an album, but I'm just gonna be ranking all the 7 songs from my personal least favorites to my personal favorites. I'll say right now, I literally feel like this entire list is a tie. Like, it's so hard ranking this album because I feel like all of the songs are just like evenly matched. Like, it's just 10s across the board. So trying to rank them, it just feels like wrong to me, but whatever. They gotta go somewhere. So let's just start off with number 7. It is Gravity. I feel so wrong putting this here. Like, it's just so wrong. Like, this should not be in last place. But if I put any other song in last place, I'd feel the same. So whatever. Gravity, the song is gorgeous. This song is so beautiful. Her tone in the song is just so like light and airy and soothing. Like, it's very soothing. This is just a very great like chill out song. Like, you just put this on and you could just like go to sleep. Like, it's just a very ambient track like that. It is so beautifully produced. It just has such an atmosphere to it. Like, that's the thing. It's a very atmospheric track, and I feel like you could say that about most of this album, and really a lot of Tinashe's albums too. Like, she really does a good like atmospheric track like this. And yeah, like, this song is one of them. I just think that this is a great track to throw on and chill out to. Definitely a really good one to like drive to. Like, if it's a late night drive and you have this song going, oh my god, it just hits different. Like, this song just hits different. And I also love the metaphor of gravity pulling her to this man who might not be the best for her. Like, she knows the relationship probably isn't the best, but she still keeps going to him. Like, something brings her back. Like, maybe it's his personality, maybe it's the D, I don't know. But yeah, like, I love that. I love the metaphor. It's simple, but it just works. And yeah, I love Gravity. Just because it's last doesn't mean I don't like it. Like, it's a great song, it really is. Number 6 is Tightrope. Such a good closing track. It really brings the story of Baby Angel to a satisfying conclusion. I just really love the song's like UK garage sounding like production. I think Fantano said that the song sounds like something Pink Pantheress will make, and I totally could see that. Like, I totally see that. I can 100% hear Pink Pantheress on this production, and I love that. Like, I love that style. I just think that it is so throwback, but also modern, and also very chill, but still kind of danceable. I don't know, like, it's just a mixture of things. I just feel like that sound is very unique, and Tinashe just sounds so beautiful on it again. And like I was saying, it just brings the story of this album to a conclusion. Like, she's looking back at the red flags that she has seen with this man, this relationship. Like, she says, and my mind instantly begins to picture all the different places that you've kissed her, and my pride is screaming, get yourself together, you know everything has happened for the better. You could just sense like kind of the pain in her voice when she's thinking about this relationship and being like, okay, I don't want to leave him because I'm loyal, but at the same time, like, he's playing with me. Like, who knows if he's out with other girls, if he's messing around on the weekends, like, who knows? And that is just a very like sad idea for her song. And you can kind of sense the pain through sort of the more melancholic production. And I just think that it makes the song work so well. And I feel like it comes to a conclusion with her saying, there's way more fish in the sea, I already know that, but when my loyalty kicks in, I can't control that. And I've been healing myself, I'm going in cycles. Like, she's recognizing that throughout all the hurt and throughout whatever this man has been putting her through, she still goes back. And it's like a cycle. It actually reminds me, and maybe I'm only thinking about this because I did this album last week, but it reminds me of Thank You Next by Ariana Grande, like the album, how that album ends with break up with your girlfriend because I'm bored. It's sort of the same thing where it's like she goes through the hurting and the healing, but then at the end, she just falls back into the same cycle. I think that is a really cool ending because it's like dark and kind of unexpected, and that's what this song does. I really love that, even though it's kind of like a downer ending when you think about it. I just think that it's more realistic, you know, because sometimes that's what happens. I mean, don't we all know somebody in our real lives who it's like they keep going back to the same situation? You're just like, girl, no, like, stay out, stay away from that man, or stay away from, it doesn't even need to be a relationship, like, stay away from that toxic friend or toxic family or whatever. You know, it's just kind of like a sad cycle to see. But, wow, this just got depressing. I didn't mean it to. But, yeah, like, the song is just a masterpiece. I just really think that it explores that topic really well. And at the same time, it manages to be a bop. So that is why I love Tightrope. Number 5 is Uh-Huh. I like this song kind of for the same reasons that I like Gravity. It has that really like chill, laid back atmosphere. And she has like that airy and very like light, but still sexy vocal tone. And the production, it's very like more bass heavy, I guess, than Gravity, but still very atmospheric. And it's just a really good song to chill out to. I also love how it's, again, adding to the story of the song. Like she's saying, are you up, are you down? Do you want me right now? Like this is the point in the relationship where now she's questioning, like, okay, we might have good sex or whatever, but do you really want me? Like, do you want me in maybe a deeper way? And I just love that. Like, again, I think every song on this project is very intentional and there's a purpose to everything. And that's what makes the song work. Again, it's building the story, but in and of itself, it's still just a great track. Like I was saying, it's just a really, really good one to throw on and kind of vibe to. So that is Uh-Huh. Number 4 is None of My Business. I really, really love this song. It makes me cry a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. I just think that it's so devastating. Like, it's basically her saying to her man, like, okay, at this point, I just want you so much that if there's somebody else, then it's none of my business. Like, whatever, I don't even want to know. Like, that is so sad. That is so depressing. I just think this song hits lyrically even more than any other song in this project. Like how it starts off with her saying, all you do is tell me lies. I can't even really be surprised anymore. Poison dripping off your tongue. Poison me with all the things that you've done. Like, oh my god, it's so sad. It's like she knows this man is no good for her, and she just keeps going back. Like, that is just a really, really, like, again, dark kind of concept for her song, but it works so well because she gives such an emotive performance. Like, you really do hear the pain in her voice, and yeah, it's just one of her best, like, vocal performances. Especially the chorus, like, she just sounds so downtrodden when she's saying, like, and so I said, we can't keep meeting like this. I can't decide if it's wrong or if it's right. Like, she just sounds really, really, like, done at that point. Like, she sounds so defeated, and it's just so good. Like, it is just such a great depressing bop, and I love a depressing bop. Like, this is a song that you could put on and it's enjoyable on its own, but if you're really like listening and like paying attention, then you could totally just bawl your eyes out to. Like, that is the best kind of song. The best kind of song is one that you can listen to and enjoy, but also you could cry to. So None of My Business, depressing bop, love it. Number 3 is Treason. This is how you do an opening track. This is such an amazing opening track. It just brings you into the world of this album. Like, it really just invites you in and sets the tone for the rest of the project. I love the chimes that are going throughout the song. Like, that's what they're called, right? Chimes. Like, that's what the instrument that they're using is. It just sounds so cool. Like, it just sounds like a gothic, like, church or something. I don't know. It always reminds me of, did y'all ever watch the movie Hunchback of Notre Dame, like the Disney one? It reminds me of the opening scene in that movie where it's like snowy and they're at like this church or whatever. It's all like spooky and like all that stuff. I don't know. That's what this song gives me. It gives me like Hunchback of Notre Dame tease. But then again, you get the lyrics of her regretting going back to this man and her saying like, hate myself for treason and like loving you is suicidal, so unhealthy, where do my minds go? Just so good. And again, very kind of like dark. It's a very dark kind of ominous beginning to the album, and it just works so well. I just think that this is such a like spooky track. I don't know. It just really gives me Halloween. Like, it's giving like Halloween. I want to listen to this in October. I want to hear it when it's like autumn and the leaves are falling down and it's like windy and you get like that autumn chill. That's just what it gives me. It gives me that time of the year. And anytime that a song reminds me of the fall, it just instantly becomes a favorite of mine. So that is definitely why I love Treason. Treason is a masterpiece. Number 2 is Need's Ho song. This is the Ho song of this album. I love this song. This song is just simply, yeah, like a Ho bop. Like, I just love a good Ho anthem, and that's what this is. It is just so much fun. I just love the whole hands on my knees, they ain't never seen moves like these. Like, it's so much fun. When she did this at the concert, I know I said I would talk about the concert at the end, but like, literally, this was so much fun to be dancing to live. I just loved it, and she was so good. Oh my god. Like, the choreo, everything. It was just so on point. Yeah, I really have nothing else to say about this song. It literally is just a bop. Like, it's so catchy. It's so much fun. Definitely one that you could just sing and look in the mirror and act really sexy to. Like, that is so what this song is. This is like the getting ready song where it's like you're feeling yourself and you want to dance and you want to look like a bad bitch. So that is Needs, and my number 1 is Talk to Me Nice. This song just did not get old to me. It really did not get old to me. I have not gotten tired of the song yet, even though it came out, I don't know, like, when was this? A year ago? I don't even remember, honestly. But, yeah, like, this song is just addictive. I love, like, the whole, like, talk, 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 like, in the background. It's just so cool. Again, it gives the song kind of an identity and kind of this atmosphere. And she sounds so, like, sexy in it and, like, sensual. And again, it's just really contributing to the overall story where she's looking at this relationship with skepticism, and she's like, I don't know if I want to go into this yet. Like, you got options, I got options. Like, we're not the only people. Like, I don't need you. And I love that. Like, if she's gonna be getting into a serious relationship, like, girl, you better talk to her nice. Like, you better talk to Tinashe nice. Like, you better. I just really, really enjoy that, and I just think that this is such a chill bop. Again, I just haven't gotten tired of it. It's one of those songs that stays on my chill playlist. Like, this is just always on rotation for me. I just feel like it is timeless. It just has not gotten old, and again, like, I love the production. Like, it's a little more experimental. Like, it's a little bit R&B, but it's also kind of like electronic and like somewhere in the middle of genres, and Tinashe does that so like masterfully. She is just really... She's an artist that doesn't get defined by a genre, you know? And I just love that about her. She is so unique in that way. And Talk to Me Nice, like, that is just a very great example of that. So that is my ranking of Baby Angel. Just a very solid project. Like, I love how it's a very short, concise story, and it is just wrapped up very nicely. Again, every song is intentional. There is a purpose to everything. And just overall, it's very cohesive. Like, sonically, there is a consistent atmosphere throughout. And yeah, it just is such a great listen from beginning to end. And like I said, I actually like how it's short, because I feel like it's one that you could just spin like any time of the day, you know? Like, you could just throw it on. It's not like it's a huge time commitment or anything. But like, listening to this with earphones on, if you're like sitting in your room and like maybe you've had an edible or something, it just really hits different. Like, this is just such a masterpiece of an album. So that was my ranking, but I did just want to talk really quickly about the tour. I was gonna do a separate video on it, but I figured, you know what, might as well just make it a whole ranking and just throw it in here. I really, really just had such an amazing time. This was my first time seeing Tinashe, and I just think she is stellar. Like, she is just such an unreal live performer, which I knew obviously before, but just seeing her like actually there, oh my god, like the choreo, she was just hitting every single step, and the vocals, she sounded so beautiful. It was just a very like ethereal experience. I don't know, like, I just really loved the whole like videos that she had playing behind her during it. It just felt very grand. Like, there was a grandness to this tour where even though like she's independent and it was kind of like a smaller scale sort of thing, it just really felt big. I don't know how to describe it. It really did feel like a bigger budget than it probably actually was. I just really, really enjoyed my time. She did a lot of songs in a very short amount of time. Like, I think she started at around like 8:50-ish, or maybe it was even earlier. Maybe it was like 8:30 or something. I don't know. It was like around then, and it ended, I think, like before 11 or something. And I was like, oh wow, like that went by so quickly. But then I looked and I was like, she did a lot of songs. Like, I think she fit in at the very least like 20 songs. I'm looking on Setlist FM, and they don't have my show, but they had the show that she did the other night. And yeah, it says like 28 songs, which is like crazy. Like, holy crap, like that's a lot. But obviously there were more like condensed versions. But she just had a really good set list. I think she represented essentially all of her albums pretty well. I would have liked to see more Joyride. I know that's controversial. I know she probably doesn't love that album. I had a whole video about that. Like, that definitely was a crazy era. So, yeah, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, like, selfishly, that's my favorite Tinashe album. So, I was kind of hoping for more, but whatever, it's fine. She did do a little moment of Super Love, which I wasn't expecting that. I was very happy to hear that. I kind of lost my shit when she did that. But, yeah, like, she did pretty much all of the fan favorites. I love when she did Link Up. I loved Cash Race. Story of Us was so much fun. And then when she did Two On, like, y'all don't understand. Two On was my Ho song in high school. Like, when that song dropped, like, that was the rebirth. Like, that was my spiritual rebirth. And so when I heard it, I just, like, it just awakened something in me. I was, like, transported back to 2014. And it just made me so happy. Like, it just really awakened the beast inside of me. And I was probably acting a little too reckless, but it's fine. Yeah, like, the set list was solid. She had a lot of Aquarius cuts on there, which I thought was really cool, because Aquarius, that is just an album that holds up insanely well. And I just loved hearing a lot of it. I kind of wish that she would have done Feels Like Vegas. I don't know why, I just really love that song. My dream was that she would have done Indigo Child as, like, an interlude between songs, but that's fine, whatever. My real dream, which she'll never do this song, like, ever live, but, Watch Me Work. I just love that song so much. I really wish that she would have done Watch Me Work, but I don't really see her ever doing that one. I also was kind of missing some other songs. I really wanted her to do Company. I feel like the choreo would have been such a slay. And I really wanted her to do The Chase and, Undo, Back to My Heart. Love that song. And my biggest, like, one that I really wanted her to do that she didn't was Hopscotch. Hopscotch is, like, that is a top 2 Tinashe song for me. But, like, honestly, she just has so much that it's like, how do you cram all of these songs into one set list, you know? And I feel like the way that she did the set list, again, kind of was, like, intentional. Like, there was a very good, like, atmosphere going throughout, and it just felt like this era represented, you know? Like, it was very, like, kind of more moody and atmospheric, and I loved that. Like, it just really was a very, very tight show. So, yeah, like, if you are on the fence, if you're considering seeing her, definitely go. Tickets for me were literally $60. It was just general admission, and I just had a really fun time. Had a few Red Bull vodkas and threw my ass back to All Hands on Deck. It was great. Like, it was just a very, very great time. So thank you guys so much for listening. Tell me if you guys have seen Tinashe live and what that was like. Tell me what your ranking of Baby Angel is, and I will see you in the next one.